Hello everyone, welcome back to Structural Grammar. Phrase is an important part in the structural approach. A phrase is commonly used between the level of a word and a clause. In this video, we will continue to learn about phrases. Last lesson, we introduced the term phrase. A phrase is a group of two or more words functioning as a meaningful unit within a sentence or a clause. A phrase does not contain a pair of subject and verb, and thus cannot tell a complete idea, which makes it different from a clause. I showed you a sentence that has no phrases. A mouse eats cheese quickly. All of the parts are single words. Then we build some phrase into it. So it becomes a tiny mouse was eating lots of cheese with fast speed. This one has rich content and longer vocabulary, right? We also learned 3 types of phrases, namely noun phrase, adjective phrase, and adverb phrase. Noun phrase is made up of a head noun and its modifiers. Adjective phrase uses an adjective as its head. And adverb phrase tells how, when, where, or to what degree something was done. Now, in this lesson, we are going to learn a new type of phrase you may be familiar with. That is the verb phrase. A verb phrase is a group of words that acts as the verb to tell actions or being. It is made up of one or more helping verbs and a main verb. Here, a mouse was eating cheese quickly. Was eating, it's the verb phrase. As remember, one sentence should only have one verb. So, if you see 2 words or more functioning as the verb, it must be a verb phrase. So, for the verb phrase, was eating, was is the helping verb, while eating, it's the main verb. So back to the given example, the verb phrase was eating. A verb phrase can also consist of the helping verb and the main verb. Helping verb helps the main verb to complete a verb phrase. A helping verb can also be known as an auxiliary verb. It is just a fancy word. So the verb phrase was eating, was can also be called as the auxiliary verb. Anyway, in this video, we will stick to the use of helping verbs to remember easier. Then, what is the difference between a helping verb and a main verb? A main verb tells you what the action is, whereas a helping verb carries the tense, the negation, the question, and modality of the main verb. For example, all of these given sentences are about eating a cake. By changing the helping verbs, it tells you the different times and different possibilities of eating the cake. The dog is eating the cake. The dog was eating the cake. The dog had eaten the cake. These carry different meanings. The most common helping verbs are the verb to do, the verb to be, and the verb to have. Of course, these 3 can all stand alone as the main verb. However, when they are used as the helping verbs, they team up with the main verb to form a complete verb phrase. When a verb to be is used as the helping verb, it has different forms: is, am, are, was, were. The helping verb be is commonly used in continuous tense. In this example, the helping verb is followed by the present participle watching. They work together as the verb phrase to form the present continuous tense. The helping verb is helps the main verb eating, showing exactly when the action is happening. It is happening right now at present. The helping verb to be can also be used to form a passive voice. Was is followed by the past participle cleaned. After that, we can see the preposition by, followed by the doer, Tom. This structure makes it an example of passive voice. When have becomes the helping verb, it has different forms also. Has, have, had. The helping verb have is usually formed perfect tenses, which is the verb has or have followed by the past participle. In this sentence, the helping verb has is followed by the past participle stopped. When do acting as the helping verb, it has different forms as well. Does, do, did. The helping verb do is always used in negative sentences or questions. In this example, Tom did not find his keys. The helping verb did helps the main verb find to form a negation, as the main verb itself cannot stand alone with not. The helping verb do also helps the main verb to ask questions. In the example, does Tom remember where he put it? This question uses the helping verb does with the main verb remember to complete the verb phrase. Do, does, remember. Last but not least, let's talk about modal verbs. Modal verbs can also act as helping verbs. The common ones are can, could, may, might, should, will, and so on and so forth. Just bear in mind that the main verb used after a modal verb, it should be in its base form, which means that it should be shown in the dictionary form. For example, we should drink a lot of water every day. The verb phrase should drink is the main verb in base form. Should is the helping verb. More interestingly, you can expand the verb phrase by adding on more helping verbs to express richer ideas. For example, the sentence goes like, you listen to the opening speech. When you want to say to another person that he was paying close attention, you can say to her, you must have been listening to the opening speech. The helping verbs have, must have been, they are here to help the main verb listening to. So this is the complete picture of the different types of phrases we have learned so far. Adding on to noun phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, in this video, we learned about verb phrases. The main takeaway about verb phrase is that a verb phrase is made up of one or more helping verbs and a main verb. So by now, you should be able to tell the differences between the different types of phrases. Now, let's move on to the exercises. In part 1, you are asked to identify the verb phrase. You should mark the verb phrase in red and also underline the helping verb and also mark the main verb in bold. Let's take a look at the example. She can smell the pizza. Can acts as the helping verb, so you underline it, and the word after it, smell, should be the main verb, so you mark it in bold. You have the verb phrase can smell. Moving on to question 1. My mother is cooking us some dinner. In this sentence, the verb to be is the helping verb, so you underline in red, and then the verb after it acts as the main verb, cooking. So you mark it in bold. So you have the verb phrase is cooking. Is tells you that this sentence uses the present continuous tense. Moving on to question 2. Do you often spend money on movies? This is a question. So let's find the main verb first. It is easy to find out. It is spend. That is the main verb. So you mark it in bold. Since this is a question, there must be a helping verb to help the main verb spend. Where is the helping verb? It is at the beginning. So you underline do, and you have the verb phrase, do spend. So you should be able to identify both the verb phrase while marking the helping verb and also the main verb. Now you may go on to complete the rest of the exercises on your own.